the news in you. North, east, west, south, unite from every alley and Cali intersection and back street. In Chicago, 20 people were shot over the weekend. And out of those 20 people, 4 of them were fatalities, and 1 was a 10-year-old young man. Wow. Just last week, they had 13 people shot at a party. Now we get 20 people shot over the weekend with 4 fatalities and 1 being a 10-year-old. Now the 10-year-old was sitting in the car with 2 other people, a 24-year-old young man and a 25-year-old young lady. The 25-year-old young man apparently died at the shooting. Don't make sense, people. And that was on Friday. On Saturday, they had a 27-year-old and a 31-year-old who were shot. The 27-year-old died from his wounds, and the 31-year-old was shot in the neck. Also on Saturday, 2 men were killed just 2 blocks from the Chicago police station. Very close proximity to the police station. So you have to have a lot of heart, but it's crazy. It doesn't make sense. And another one, just a baby like the 10-year-old, was a 17-year-old who was shot by a person that jacked him for his car. With all that, between Friday and Monday, 9 other people were shot in Chicago, in the Chi. Family, it's not making sense. We all know about the violence. The violence has to come to a halt. We can't keep repeating the same cycle. The pattern repeats itself every time. We all know what it's about. So we should be able to put a handle on it. And I know in Chicago, you have people out there, boots on the ground, that are trying to put together all this stop the violence. But the young people, they don't want to listen. They're refusing to take heed to what the older guys are telling them. They're telling them, hey man, this street stuff got to stop. Too many young babies is getting killed in it. Look at this. You got a 10-year-old and a 17-year-old. And even when you look at it on the overall spectrum of it, nobody was even 40 years old. They were from their 30s on down to 10 years old. Now that's ridiculous. That don't make sense, my young people. That's why I try to get on this social media and try to tell the young people, man, y'all got to do better. If you know better, you'll do better. And you know better because you see the violence every day. So now it's really up to you to do better. You know, stop letting these social media beefs spew into the streets. Stop even having these beefs with one another. Like I told you before, it ain't gonna be no young people left because you guys are doing this all across the country. It's not like they just doing it in Chicago. This is Chicago, New York, LA, Atlanta. Y'all doing this stuff all across the country. It's no way you can repopulate a nation if you get rid of it. So you just made the job for the upper echelon that wanted to get rid of the black man. He don't have to worry about trying to get rid of you. He's at home saying, thanks for doing my job. He's applauding you for doing his job for him. So he don't have to go out and kill a George Floyd or kill a Ahmaud Arbery. He don't have to do that because you're going to do it for him. So if you're going to do it for me, why should I even worry about it? My hands are clean. I'll just let you do it to yourself. You know, you got self-preservation and you also got self-annihilation. That's self-annihilation, what you guys are doing out here in these streets. Go to all my young people. Man, y'all got to wise up. Y'all supposed to be the future, but it won't be one if y'all continue at the rate you're going. So you have to wise up. You have to start listening to some other people. You don't have to take every word that the OG tell you, but when he's telling you about killing people, you need to take a step back and say, you know what? that does make sense. We got a lot of work to do, family. We definitely have a lot of work to do. We also had a woman in Chicago where her ex-boyfriend shot her 11 times and then shot her grandmother and her uncle. What kind of sense do that make? And that's why I say to my sisters, most likely your records are cleaner than the male's. Go down to the local gun store, do your paperwork, and get you some arms to defend yourself against your own people that are predators against you. You know, ex-husband, ex-boyfriend, stranger on the street. No, get yourself some concealed carry weapon where you can't be violated. Because at this rate, they don't even give a damn about women. They kill women fast, just as fast as they kill a man. So for my sisters, baby, y'all got to think about yourself. Think about protecting yourself so you can be there for your children. And she had a little bitty son. He was trying to help his mama. Mama, come on. Mama, come on. Because he knew it. Because kids can feel. They can feel and sense stuff. So he was sensing that this guy was gonna try to kill his mama. He could feel it. That's why he was telling his mama, Mama, come on. Come on, Mama, let's go. And the dude dumped. And even the young lady, she said, I believe he deliberately tried to kill my grandmother and my uncle. And I believe it too, because you shot him. And that's another thing. All these way out drugs these people be on nowadays, it's making them click. It's making that brain fry. It's frying that brain like a scrambled egg. And they're just doing a bunch of outlandish BS. And it's not making sense. And that's why I'm always going to go back to my thought about it all. If you intentionally take a life, your life should be taken intentionally. If you unintentionally take a life, only then should you be prosecuted and put in jail. And that's how we're going to get a handle on all this murder-kill stuff, all this death culture stuff. Yeah, this death culture will go away when we start saying, okay, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. You kill somebody, guess what? We're gonna put it on national TV, but we're gonna blur out your face, and they're gonna see you get it. You're gonna get just what you gave out. And that's when I bet you it'll turn around, because people will start using their head, because they'll know if you get caught doing some of that stupid madness, it's gonna cost you. But as long as you can go sit in jail and got a cell phone in jail and you texting back and Instagramming all your people just like you somebody special or hard, they're not gonna give a damn. But when you make some examples, then people are gonna start giving a damn. And you know that. This world knows that. The people in high places know that. Make an example out of people and people will change their heart. They will have a change of mind. They will have a change of heart. When you make an example out of the one before you and you tell them, hey, I feel bad for you. You just happen to be an example. If you wouldn't have did what you did, you wouldn't have had to be an example. But you made yourself available to be an example. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to use you as an example. To me, it only makes sense. Because none of the OGs can just say, no, what, we're going to go vigilante style and we're going to start getting them for killing other people. You can't do that, because then you're going to end up in jail. See, so that gives them free range to just say, no, we're going to do what we want to do. So we would need help from the United States government to say, nah, I agree with y'all. If that's how y'all want to do it, yeah, that's how we want to do it. And then that's how we do it. And then we look at the numbers and say, wow, the murder rate has went down to almost zero with this eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth thing. It definitely will bring it down. But we want to act like we're such a civilized people, but you can't be civilized with an uncivilized person. You can't go in a lion's cage without a whip or something to defend yourself, because that lion gonna eat that ass up. Because that lion is an animal. It's uncivilized. So you have to come in there uncivilized as well to make him act right. You know what I mean? Sometimes we have to use these animals metaphors to let people understand how this stuff go. And with that, I'm going to say, this is the news in you. North, east, west, south. Unite from every alley in Cali, intersection and back street. Subscribe to the channel and hit the thumbs up on your way out the door.